You should all get hundreds on them. Very quick little do now. Take attendance and then we'll get started. So today, have you ever observed your parents doing something and you kind of were like, wow, I didn't know that about them? Like, did it change your mind about them? No, never? So they've always been the same?
No.
They always, Gladiel?
Well, my dad, you know, like when you go to like those gas stations and like where like it says like, or like you scratch it with like a quarter, and like if you win, like you get like some like
Scratch offs?
Yeah, like he just does that every time, and like I never changed my mind about him. I was like, I kind of want to do that too.
Okay.
That's called
Adisa?
At a time, like when you get to an older age, you realize that your parents are persons too. They have feelings and they feel like you, but like maybe more mature, but they're like a person too. When you're a kid, you're like, wow, they're my heroes. They don't fear anything. They don't cry at all. They're not sad. They're always there for me. But when you grow up, you realize that they're persons with their own like mind.
Great explanation. That's true. What is it, Jacob?
Oh, I figured something out. So I realized that that when you become an adult, you gotta work, and pretty much every single adult hates working. Pretty much, I think, and they always complain about their jobs, and I realized why. Schools. Because they're both teachers.
We sometimes see our parents do stuff and we're kind of like, I didn't know that about them. Well, today we're going to read a little bit about a Haitian woman and a Haitian mother who live in New York City. And her mother was born in Haiti and she was born in the United States. And there's a lot of situations like that where your parents might have been born in another country and you came over from that country, or maybe you were born here, and you still carry on your parents still carry on some of the traditions and customs of their native culture. And today, we're going to discuss some of those things and talk a little bit about the country of Haiti and about living there and living in the United States and carrying on some of the traditions that were passed down. And it's about a mother and a daughter relationship. It's called New York Day Women. And so we're going to start out with a very quick little video about the author, Edward Danicat.
In Haiti in 1969, during the Duvalier dictatorship, we often had blackouts. My aunt, my grandmother would tell stories. It was really one of the few times where the adults were joyful. That's when I thought, I want to be a writer too.
All right, so before we get to the story of New York Day women, we're going to go over a quick little review of the figurative language that is used in the story. Etiquette, the author of the story, uses figurative language to enhance the characters and the themes of the story. So, we're going to go over these real quick, real simple. We know what a metaphor is. It's comparing something without using like or as. Simile, comparison, using like or as. Personification, human-like qualities to inanimate objects. Hyperbole, extreme exaggeration. Alliteration, repetition of consonant sounds. And repetition itself, which is the repeating of a word or phrase to emphasize its meaning. Those 6 types of figurative language are used in the story. We're going to find those as we read. We're going to highlight those we're going to annotate them, not annotate them, we're just going to highlight them and locate them. And then with your graphic organizer and a partner, you guys are going to put those highlighted texts that we find, highlighted figurative language words and phrases, and you're going to place them into the graphic organizer with a partner. And what you're going to do is you're going to then tell me, and we're going to go over the meaning and its impact. So to make sure that you have all that down today. So, New York Day Women. So, as we read this, we're going to take note of this repetition of my mother. So I'm going to pass out this graphic organizer, and I want you guys, we're going to stop periodically and jot down the figurative language used. Yeah, what is it, Isaiah? Yeah, go ahead.
Can we just circle the figurative language and the words are already there?
Okay. Does anybody want to read from Anabox? Long. We got a bunch of people. So we'll go with up here in paragraph 1. You have she is strolling with a happy gait. She is strolling with a happy gait. Go ahead and highlight that. So we're going to highlight that passage right there. Fat and cholesterol killed your aunt. We're going to highlight that. Highlight that sentence because that is also a type of figurative language. That passage is a type of figurative language, the ones we went over earlier. Okay, let's go with Denise and get into groups. And finish. What you're going to do is going to take all those highlighted texts. Take all those highlighted texts and put those where they need to belong. So, for example, I did alliteration for you. Alliteration, she's strolling with a happy gait. And I gave you an analysis. So, team up with a partner, move seats, and put these highlighted texts and passages where they belong on your graphic organizer. In other words, where in the text is there a metaphor? You have them all because you highlighted them all. There's 6 of them. You should have 6 highlighted texts. So find those highlighted texts in your reading and put those in the correct place where they belong on your graphic organizer. All right. Okay, you got that one already.
Because the comparing salt with package shape.
You got to do the analyzation part of it. Sorry, you're not done yet. Salt is heavier.
I did that.
You did it at the bottom.
No, we put hyperbole.
All right, good. All right, and the next one is his hand slips easily into hers.
Wait, I can see this.
You asked for personification. You didn't ask hyperbole.
I said
Yep,
if it was
highlight his hand.
Bro.
He said yes.
He said yes.
His hand slips easily. His hand slips into hers easily. Like
Exactly,
he's
so
known
that's
her
why
for a
it's
long time.
exaggerated. Hyperbole is when you exaggerate about something.
Go all the way
Fat and
to.
cholesterol can't kill your arm,
Yeah,
right?
like he's known her for a long time. Highlight that.
So,
Okay.
I was in
Next
fact-
is the jewels glowing in the Bulgarian
Yes,
windows.
it moves around your body.
Fat and cholesterol kill your aunt. Okay. And she is strolling with a happy gait.
Wait, what's the metaphor again?
That's up at the top. Second sentence. Yep, got that one. And my mother who?
That's hyperbole because that's
You got that one?
exaggerating.
Okay.
She's exaggerating about fat and cholesterol killing your arms.
So now you work with a partner and put them where they belong.
She's the AI.
Metaphor, simile, personification.
Oh, I know which one's simile. It's so easy because one's using like red.
Yeah.
No, use math. Actually.
Put your name on your paper. Don't forget. Okay. All right, guys, we're back. Listen up. Have a seat. All right, let's go over them. Now you should have them all in the right places.
No.
Okay, you should have them all in the right places. All right, all of the highlighted text that you had you should place them whether they are placed accordingly in the list of 6 figurative types of figurative language. So now let's go over the analyzation part of it. All right? Personification, giving human-like qualities to inanimate objects. The jewels glowing in the Bulgari windows. That is personification, because jewels glow only when there's sunlight. They don't glow by themselves. They don't glow at all, really. They're just shining. So, what does that mean when you have the analysis? Let's move on to the next one. Fat and cholesterol killed your aunt. Type of figurative language? Messiah, what is it? Fat and cholesterol killed your aunt. It's a hyperbole. The analysis is, obviously, it exaggerates the impact of fat and cholesterol. We don't know what killed the aunt. She's just saying this, hyperbolizing it. His hand slips into hers easily, like he's known her for a long time. What is that?
Oh, is it?
That's a simile. We know this because it has the word like in it. Okay? We have the word like in it, and therefore it is a simile. Now the analysis part of it is this compares the ease which with the child takes the mother's hand to the familiarity of a long-term relationship, highlighting comfort and trust between them. Yeah, so Jacob, what is this one?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know, and I don't really. I never read this.
Adisa, it is a metaphor. It is comparing salt with 100 bags of shame.
Mr. Kennedy, I just don't want to say it because I'm really angry every single word of this class. Except for you.
Compares the weight of salt to the emotional burden of shame. Shame is a very emotional burden, but salt, according to the author's mother, is heavier than 100 bags of shame. What does that emphasize? How heavy and overwhelming shame can feel. That's the analysis. My mother who? That's repetition. And what does that reinforce? The analysis behind this is it. What does it emphasize? It emphasizes the character's actions and characteristics. It reinforces the central theme of a mother and daughter relationship. My mother who? My mother who? That is repeated throughout. That's repetition, a type of figurative language. And that reinforces the central theme of a mother-daughter relationship.